good afternoon. It's Cindy coming to you here from Studioloo. This is probably like day 10 of social distancing, so we're still surviving. I was going to do a live stream this weekend, but instead we got into a whole bunch of home projects, and so that wouldn't be particularly fun to live stream. So yeah, I suspect that we're going to be doing a ton of work on the house during this time. And today I got started on all of my preparation for seed planting, and I'm organizing my seeds by their germination period so that I can get started on planting. So today I am going to do another journal walkthrough. This is another nature journal. I am working on a whole bunch of things, and I've been making some video footage of the process of me creating some things, and I'm going to be mixing this up a little bit more in future. It's just for now, it's easiest to just kind of do these videos, and then I'll work on some snippets of other things that I'm doing. So anyhow, I will get into the journal flip through. So like I said, this is a nature journal. I have these couple cow friends here keeping me company. They're super cute. They were made by a local artist at a show that I used to do a long time ago. I actually have no clue what her name is, but they're adorable, and I just thought they could hang out here while we do this video. So anyways, this book is called Michael O'Halloran, and it's by Gene Stratton-Porter. I don't know a whole lot about the book. I did not research anything about it. I just really loved this cover. It's a beautiful green, sort of like an avocado green, and it had a really pretty spine, and I gessoed the entire thing to just make it stronger. And I used this really super cute clasp. I'm not sure if you can see if I can get a little closer here, if it's zooming in. See that adorable little clasp? It's got a little loop there. It's a Timothy Holtz collection clasp, and I've closed this up with my own hand-spun Teeswater yarn. So let's open it up. It's just tied in a bow in this yarn. The yarn is very mossy looking. There we go. So you can see it's kind of a fat book. It has, I believe, 3 signatures. I can't remember. Yeah, 3 signatures. So let's just move these little cows back a bit. So when you open the book up, there is a pocket here, an envelope with some insects, and inside of it is a couple of things. So this really cute sloth bear journaling card and the note from the bookmaker, so you know what to do with this book, how to use this book, some information about my books. And over here there's some nice fabric, and this is just writing space and some trees. And on this side, I can't remember if I made this. Yeah, okay, I did. I made that into a pocket. So this is a pocket. It has a wasp on it. And then inside is this journaling card with an antelope. And it is collaged on the other side. And over here, this is some bee's nest sort of looking shapes. Some tigery paper. Speaking of which, I started to watch this Tiger Man documentary series on Netflix. It looks totally insane. I just got through the first episode, so if you guys are watching it, leave me a comment about what you think so far. And also tell me what you're doing during social distancing time. This page is some vintage, small graph paper that was used, I believe, for photo setting. And over here is a part of the original book that I've made into a pocket. This was the chapter series. And inside we have a journaling card with some nice, what are those, pitcher plants? And it is collaged on the back. And here we have a little bird hanging out, and this is a dried flower pocket, so there's real flowers inside there. And a journaling tag, and there's a little bird hanging out in behind if you can see him too. So the light's a little bit strong here. That's a little better. I don't know. I keep filming at all different times of day, so things keep changing, and such is the life. Anyhow, this is a belly band of like some amethysts, and inside this tag you have to pull down, and it's a really cool bird on this tag, and the back is collaged for writing on, and we also have another journaling card inside here. Oy. Let me give that a tug. You know what? I'm probably going to have to give it a wiggle. Sometimes when you're making books, every now and then you get one little tiny itty bitty bit of glue, and it's like it makes all of the difference. This is why you have to go through these books 3 or 4 times before you know that they're done, because sometimes you have to, like, you know, with any project, you have to perfect it. You have to add a little glue here and there, add a little bit of binding here and there. So I'm not too worried about that. Nothing was damaged. Butcher paper on the back of just a little journaling card. And now that it's been safely released, it can go back inside here without so much injury and worry. See, now we're happy. And then this card goes right in front again. There we go. And some tracing paper. And over here, this is a collaged page. There's a lot going on here. So this is a wooden pull on this cute little tag with a hedgehog. And this is also part of the book. It was the dedication of the book, which I thought was so cute. It just said, "To Morning Face." And I'm like, who's Morning Face? That's so cute. But underneath here we have some animal teeth illustration and mushrooms, and there's all sorts of cool illustration going on here. There's a bird and all sorts of things in this pocket. So this pocket opens from the bottom, and you just tuck this little journaling card right in there. And over here we have clipped on, this is some coffee dyed paper and a stamped page. And this is a little journal tag of Fororacos. I probably am saying that wrong, but it's sort of an ancient bird from South America, and it just talks a little bit about him. And this is Easter egg and coffee dyed paper. And over here we have a pocket with some cool tree fungus and a vellum floral sticker, and inside this lovely journal card of a bird. And it's been backed with some great illustration paper to write on. And there's a little monkey hanging out behind. And this is handmade paper with little bits of flora in there. That's the center of the first signature. Over here we have a really pretty fabric flip with some sequined fabric and some lace, and that's hand-dyed batik. And here we have some illustrations of insects and some more lace, and this is a flip up journal area, like a flip up card, and it has this little mushroom headed explorer guy. And over here is a really cool folded paper technique that I like to use. So you just grab on the outside here and it pops open like so. And there's a whole bunch of journaling space on coffee dyed paper in there. Over here we have some fabric and a bird. This is a pocket with a large tag inside with some beautiful illustration of insects and leaves and sort of like a tree biosphere illustration. And that just tucks right in there. Over here we have a pocket out of that nice batik fabric, and inside are these beautiful birds Shoebills are one of my favorite birds. They're so crazy looking. And on the back, more birds. And this actually opens up. It's a little booklet to write on, coffee dyed paper. And it's been stitched around. And it just tucks into this little fabric pocket. And over here we have sort of an interesting pocket made from a book page. And it has this tag inside with a flower. And illustrated paper on the back to write on. And more graph paper and some stamping. This is just a pretty moth illustration on some tiger paper. And inside we have this pretty journal tag. And some stamped lined paper. And then we have this little sort of wood looking paper, and inside just some stamping and some smudging, and you can write in there. And this is just a little, some illustrations of different trees, pine trees. And this is blueberry dyed paper. This is so cool. It was, I was just doing an experiment with dyeing with blueberries, and I left the skins in the dye and just let it sit on the paper to sort of bake and oxidize. And everywhere that there was skin, it left this really beautiful marking of the dark, deep blue of the blueberry. And then this is in between the first and second signature. This is the book plate of the book. And I've just adorned it with a bird, and I've made a little booklet out of it, so you have a few pages of writing space on avocado paper, blueberry paper, coffee dye paper, and at the back it just has a bit of lace just to give it a sort of a nice handle to hold on to. And then the first page of the second signature has this little avocado dyed paper tuck with a mushroom on it. And this is an illustration of different ducks on a tag that's been dyed with Easter egg paper. Or sorry, food coloring dye, rather. What am I saying? And over here we have this nice leaf fabric tuck that opens up, and it has the stamped owl and this beautiful pigeon. This is one of my favorite birds as well. It's a journaling tag, and there's more journal space here. These birds are so nice. I often see them when I go to the Smithsonian. If you ever go to the Smithsonian National Zoo, sometimes you'll see in their birdhouse, these guys just wander around. They're actually quite personable birds. And over here we have this little handmade paper tuck, and you open it up, and inside there's this little card of a little pink bird. And some more flowers. And this is another pocket made from fabric, and this is very pretty handmade paper with large leaves in it. And inside we have a tag, or sorry, a journaling card. And this is all on sort of animal encyclopedia vintage paper. And over here we have these two beautiful birds that are actually inside of this hilarious raccoon card. I'll just turn it so it's straight on the camera. Isn't he adorable? So yeah, that opens up to these birds and lots of journaling space. And over here we just have some tracing paper. And then this tiger. Actually, that's not a tiger, right? He's spotted. That's a leopard, or it's an illustration. It can be whatever it wants to be. And over here, some of my most favorite thing in the world, which is birch bark paper. I promise I didn't pull this off of a living tree. This was from trees that we had to cull, that my dad had to cut down on some land that he camps on. So I was able to harvest this paper naturally and not pull it from a tree. Never pull it from a living tree, because it can actually really hurt the tree. PSA for the day. And just more dyed paper. and flower petal paper, and middle of the second signature again with this little mushroom hanging out. And just lots of dyed paper in the center for some writing. And over here we have some really cool birds with long beaks. And then here we have a mushroom illustration and this little pine cone booklet that opens up that you can write in. And a leaf on tracing paper. And this is a page of tag pockets. So back here we have this little fox. And behind it all, I should show you, is this lovely fish at the back. And this is a little, sort of, it shows the insides of a bird and some bugs, and basically demonstrates the different bugs that birds eat. So kind of a cool science illustration. And then some pretty birds. Lots of birds in this book. More birds. And then diatrema, another prehistoric bird, and some history about the bird. And it's a belly band that holds on to this additional bird hornbill card, and it's for journaling on. It's got butcher paper on the back as well. It's all been collaged and sewn around. Pop them in there. Whoops. And then this is a little tuck pocket area with a lizard on the background of some nice paper with this little card inside. It's actually owl wing feather close-ups. And on the back we have this little fairy hanging out. If I sound sleepy today, it's because I totally am. I've been doing the primary child minding all day long with the two kiddos because Mike has been in the garage just like completely reorganizing the laundry room in the garage in order to bring my my seed planting rack inside, which he had filled with all of his tools and other things that we've been meaning to organize for some time. So sometimes one project turns into like 10, and that's what happened today. So it's been a long day of entertaining a toddler. So this is a bunny rabbit on some paper that's been, the text has been painted over so that you can write on top. That's one technique that I really, really like to do. And this is just another, in the center between the signatures, just another little booklet that you can take completely out. It's a manila folder that I've made into a folded brochure style booklet with some flowers and some nice sequins on the front. And then you open it up, and inside it's a trifold on coffee dyed paper. And it has this vintage grapefruit and blossoms in Florida postcard that's actually been posted. A 6-cent stamp on it. And it was sent from Lakeland, Florida, December 27th, 1950, and to Mr. John Boulding. So I won't read the whole thing, but basically it talks about the weather, and it's a legitimate real piece of ephemera from 1950. Did I say 1960? 1950. So it's just kind of a fun little thing to find in there. And then this is some more of, if you've watched my other videos, you'll see this incredible gold map paper that I love. It came from a large picture that was framed. And I just took the paper out and used it in a journal because, well, in several journals. So it's just so pretty. I love it. I wish I had more. And then we have these little hopping guys. These, what are they? Fat-tailed Jaruba. These look like things that live in Australia, I'm guessing, because Australia has all the cool and all the dangerous animals. But anyways, it's an upside down pocket with a tag inside, and the tag just pulls on out here, and it's got this cutie. He is like oh, Banksia. Well, that's the plant. I know that. I don't know what he is. He's just this little guy with a big long tongue. He probably pollinates things. Oh, honey possum. He's a honey possum. I obviously don't read up on everything while I'm making these. I'm just like, oh, cute. That would look nice there. So I am not an actual science teacher or anything like that. I'm okay with my nature knowledge, but I don't know everything, especially about animals that come from other places. And this is like a pocket of more of the same kind of cool animals. And inside of it, we have a bird on a nice card, a nice thick card that's been collaged. And it has some handmade paper that has a lot of good straw and seeds and things. And it's got a really nice handle to it. It's a very thick card. And it tucks into that pocket. And just some stamping. And this is a little tuck area with a tiger paper, and it has this little journal card in it with some pretty birds. And over here, just some illustrations of butterflies and some tracing paper hiding this fish. This is coffee dyed paper. It's been folded over so that you can journal all the entire space. It actually is a little taller than the book even, so lots of space there. And some birds hanging out. And a book page. And just more dyed paper of various types and more handmade paper with flower petals. We have a little moth hanging out down here. And over here we have some fish illustrations, including a sunfish, which are like the coolest fish in the ocean. And inside here is a little pocket of a meadowlark and eggs and a day-old chick. And then over here we have just some journaling space and more birds, tracing paper, some more insect illustrations. Oops. Some more birds. And over here we have a pocket with some nature photography and this wooden tag. This is actually made from wood. So you could write on the wood. It's really nice and textured. Tiger paper. And this is just a little Mary Coleridge poem called The Bluebird. The lake lay blue below the hill, o'er it as I looked there flew, across the waters cold and still, a bird whose wings were palest blue. The sky above was blue at last, the sky beneath me blue in blue. A moment ere the bird had passed, it caught his image as he flew. It's a really, really long way to say that she saw a bird, right? So these are just some moths and butterflies. And that's the back of the book. So more of this beautiful map paper. And a large pocket here with this girl doing exactly what I would love to be doing, which is sleeping under a beautiful tree. And inside the pocket is this large collage tag. And it's really cool. Got butcher paper on the back and all sorts of interesting nature illustration. Jump in there. There we go. Yeah, he's in. Okay. So that is the end of this nature journal and the end of this sleepy video. So I hope you guys are all doing well and you're enjoying your isolation time and staying away from people. We have definitely been doing that. We have not been shopping. We have not been socializing. We are missing people. If you're watching this and you're one of my friends that I like to hang out with, I definitely miss you. But we're doing okay. Like, we're keeping a normal routine, keeping the kids entertained. We don't want to make anything seem like it's panicky, even though there's a few things to worry about. It's just not the time to sort of be too worried. And I hope that you're able to maintain a bit of that normalcy for yourselves as well. And Yeah, so thank you for watching today's video. I will be back with some more content. I won't make any promises on schedule or agenda. For now, these videos are just kind of something I'm doing to reach out a little bit and spend some time saying hello. And so, yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you're looking for something more of mine to watch, you can head over to my second channel, which is Specularia on YouTube. I'll link it in the comments. And I also would suggest that you go outside and take a walk because the weather is actually getting quite nice. So as long as you stay 2 meters from people and you wash your hands when you get inside for at least 20 seconds, you'll be good, right? So enjoy your time, guys. Thank you. And subscribe if you would like to see more content. If you could like this video, that would be great. It would let people know that I'm making videos. And otherwise, talk to you soon. Bye.